Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Great to see you all. Welcome back to Chaz Draycott Media. And, of course, welcome to the MyTurnRacing Sunday Night Truck Series. It's great to be back. We're here for the fourth round of the championship at Chicagoland Speedway. A wonderful place. Not too steeped in history like a lot of the other circuits that we go to. This circuit was opened in July 2001. It's a relatively new circuit on the oval racing calendar over in America. 1.5 miles, 4 turns as you'd expect. The banking gets to 18 degrees at most. And it has a 47,000 capacity for spectators. A lot of them virtual this evening, socially distanced and whatever else. But we're here for a good time. We've got trucks out on track at the moment. Reigning champion Aaron Maspero out there in the number 41 machine. He is currently 6th with Adam Illman fastest in practice. We've got merely seconds left of this session. Now, of course, due to other things going on with me, I'm not able to broadcast the entire championship, but still around to obviously cover what these guys can do where I'm available. Now, Mark Redford, the wonderful admin, who is also in the chat as well, he said that we've had 3 different winners so far this season. He got a race win at Atlanta, taking it right at the death from Jake Forster. Martin Kenyon has had a win on the dirt at Bristol, and Stephen Netherwood has taken a win so far this season. Stephen was good to watch last time round. We have Jordan Morgan, who has jumped into the session as well. Mark has mentioned that there's a number of different champions, or past champions I should say, that have jumped in. So we've got a wonderful, wonderful grid. Here's Martin Kenyon in the number 11. And it's their first 200-mile full-length race tonight. And Ian Cornish, yes, Ian Cornish is a name that has been mentioned to me previously. I've seen that he is a previous champion in this series. Or at least I believe he is. My mate Kenny Mitchell for Cam E Motorsport back out there as well. Good to see Kenny out there again tonight. We also have Nigel de Jong to look out for as well. Adrian Burke's another driver that I've commentated on in other series as well, namely the Vertex Stock Car Cup. We've got Illman fastest at the moment in the number 32, a 31.563. The lap times will trickle in now, I'm very sure. Here's the number 12 of Derek Whitford, the Cool Breeze racing machine. He is second fastest at the moment. And now goes top, look at that. Well, quickly displaced by Martin Kenyon in the number 11 Yorkshire T branded machine. And it is a proper All-Stars throwback. Josh Dufferty1, good to see you in the chat, mate. Hope you're well. Michael Jones crosses the line. He's got a Dreamscape livery on his truck. Stephen Netherwood actually leads the championship in the 52, although that kiss with the wall won't help him. 15 thousandths in it at the moment, but Derek Whitford is currently fastest from Adam Illman. And Rob Coleman saying, watch out for Craig Charles, Alpha Motorsports. He's won 8 times in this race this week on iRacing. Fair play. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Newly named Alpha Motorsport. Or Motorsports. Sorry, here's Stuart Pomfrey in the beer and a pack of crisps machine. He's in a Milky Bar livery. Now, I honestly had bleach blonde bowl cut hair when I was younger, so I was always known as the Milky Bar Kid. Thanks to the combination of humongous, very thin framed glasses as well. So that takes me back to my youth, does that livery, flipping it. Kenny Mitchell goes 3rd fastest, Morgan goes 6th, Jones goes 8th. Still got a number of drivers yet to complete a lap. Here's Mark Redford. admin, all-round good guy, all-round fast driver as well. Younger last week, as if. I wish, James. Good to see you, mate. Oh, we have another driver just jumping in who I do not have information on yet, which is Ricardo Alvelos. Ricardo C. Alvelos. Not C as in yes in Spanish. I just need to put his information in here to make sure that he shows up correctly. I'm just going to put him in as Spanish for now, so if he is Portuguese, then I'm sorry, but it came up as Spanish or Portuguese, so I've got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. And here he is, actually, in the wonderful liveried machine that we see here for the Win Esports. That will get updated accordingly. We do ask that the guys do fill in a form for all of their information, but it doesn't always get done. You know, people don't like forms, so it's understandable. But yeah, for the Win Esports, with a very, very pretty truck indeed. That will get updated for Ricardo. There you go. And the number 25. Redford has gone fastest. So Redford getting the job done so far. Jake Wilson crosses the line in the £1 per logo machine. There's Bosch on the front. Netherwood goes second fastest. Muckian is 10th at the minute, looking to improve as he crosses the line. Does improve, but doesn't gain another position. Got Grant Woolcott out there. Very striking livery on his machine, on number 5. Looks like a barcode. Wonder if it beeps when it goes across the line. He goes 15th at the minute. Here's Mark Day. Glad that we're not racing at night. And John Jarrett, of course. A privateer. But it should say MyTurnRacing, let's face it. Ah, okay. For the Win Esports seem to be Portuguese. Well, thank you very much, James. I'll make sure that I change that now. Obviously, a little bit of fine-tuning to do early on in the season, but this is what you've got to do. You want things to be right. You bang the effort in. And that's what I'm trying to do. A lot of stuff to do behind the scenes though, guys, so do forgive me when we just stay on the same camera for a minute. But this is John Jarrett, who's had a very lively time in the championship so far. There is Ricardo Alvelos, 7th at the moment. Josh Doherty-Wong, United Sim Racing, is in 9th place. Does he improve? He does, up to 6th with a 31.231. But Redford, 38 thousandths clear at the moment. Quite the gap compared to the guys around him. Only 4 thousandths between Netherwood and Burks as well. And 1 thousandth between Whitford and Mitchell. It's going to be incredibly close all night. Now here is Ian Cornish. Number 81. On his way out. Now, as Marcus said in the chat, proper quality driver is Ian Cornish. This fantastic Iron Maiden livery on. Absolutely love that. We'll be hoping that not all of them have to be shouting "run to the hills" or "run for your life" this evening, because at the end of the day I've heard that that's what he's going to be doing. And hello, Mr. Johns. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. I do not have sweet tones, unfortunately, but if you would class them as such, I will be very grateful. Ian now building the pace up again as he comes back to cross the line, very close to the wall. Down to the apron to shorten that run as much as possible. And he goes 13th. Now, we've seen these guys get much quicker on their second laps, so let's see what Ian can do. It's like a massage to the ears, he says. Well, thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Across the line again goes Ian Cornish. Very, very quick lap here, as it is on a lot of these circuits. Goes to the top. Look at that. Wow. Nearly half a tenth quicker than everybody else. Ian Cornish getting the job done. Well done, Sunshine. And that is exactly why Mark Redford has warned us to watch out for him. John Jarrett tries to improve on his time. Nothing doing there, though. It's all about momentum around here. It's one of these circuits where it's not just flat out everywhere like you get your super speedways. You need to know when to come off the throttle and when's the right time to pick it up again. Who's the bet on for the win? Oh, honestly, anyone in the top 12 could probably do this. I mean, we've got the likes of Jake Forster. Brandon Sauls is down there. Nigel de Jong. Aaron Maspero, reigning champion. No time from him. So I'm intrigued to see what those guys can do, if they're still in the session, that is. I know that some of them sometimes do. They'll jump in and do some practice or something, and then they won't see the entire evening through. So they just show up on my timing screen. But my bet after that lap time is Ian Cornish, to be honest. Jarrett crosses the line once more. And it's not an improvement, he's just getting the practice laps in. But the session is about to come to an end. And this is the first race from these guys that I've got the pleasure of commentating on that is actually sorted out by laps. Ian Cornish then takes pole position from Mark Redford with Stephen Netherwood alongside him. We then have Adrian Burks in 4th with Derek Whitford and Kenny Mitchell, rounding out your top 6. Then it's Josh Duffety-Wong and Adam Illman on row 4. Ricardo Alvelos is in 9th with Martin Kenyon in 10th. Following him is Michael Jones with James Muckian in 12th. Then it's Craig Charles and Mark Day. Behind them is Simon Wareham and Jordan Morgan. John Jarrett in 17th ahead of Grant Woolcott, with Stuart Pomfrey 19th and Kevin Whitford rounding out your top 20. Then we have Jake Wilson, the last guy that set a lap in qualifying, ahead of Nigel de Jong, Aaron Maspero and Jake Forster, with Darrell Whitford and Brandon Sauls at the back of the grid. And as I've said, that is if they take to the grid. Aaron Maspero has, you can just see him at the top of his shot there in the bright purple and chrome machine, the Hazy Signs livery. You can hear some of them every so often just spiking the revs. Look at the size of the crowd here as well at Chicagoland. Luckily, all virtual, and that makes up for the fact that they're not very socially distanced. But it's part of the fun here on iRacing. Don't forget as well, guys, please do subscribe to Chaz Draycott Media. I'll be bringing as many rounds of this championship as I can. But with my very, very hectic schedule this season, I'm not 100% sure that I can. But I will be trying. I will be trying, trust me. Just be patient with me. Right then, the field is being led away by the pace truck. It's Ian Cornish that leads them. Mark Redford alongside, though. Mark taking the win from Jake Forster earlier on in the season. Watch out for him and Maspero coming back through from further down the order. There is Forster on the outside line in one of the Lowe's liveried machines. Seems a lot of these drivers are very well committed to having a different livery each season, which I quite enjoy. You know, people care about their liveries in oval racing a lot. And you do often see different ones come out of the woodwork for certain rounds. It's great. Really great to see. But make sure you like the video as well, guys. All the support is very, very much appreciated. I, of course, do hope you enjoy the show. I'm your host, Chaz Draycott, and I will be for this round and the next one at least. Hoping to do more rounds later in the season when I have a Sunday night free, where I'm not travelling back from a race meeting or from another country, as this year has given me the opportunity to. Speaking of opportunities, Ian Cornish has taken his, and he's away, and we're underway at Chicagoland Speedway for round 4 of the MyTurnRacing Sunday Night Truck Series 2021 Season 2. And they're all interaction, and it sounds fantastic. Bit of movement in the middle of the field. We've got Jordan Morgan and Simon Wareham side by side here. That's a different livery this season for Simon as well, I believe. I think he was the number 20 last season, but he takes the 18 this time round. 3 places gained for Maspero already on that first lap. Same with Jake Wilson, just in front of the £1 per logo machine. Oh no, the Milky Bars are not on Stuart Pomfrey. Something has gone wrong for Stuart. No movement inside the top 6 though. At the very front of the pack, Ian Cornish leads the way. 2 laps in the book already, but look at this behind. Kenny Mitchell has got a great fight going on in front of him, in the form of Adrian Burks and Stephen Netherwood, championship leader at the moment on the right hand side. You can see the banking is not too steep here, but still 18 degrees at its steepest, so plenty to use. And the racing line in chat having Kenny Mitchell to win. Adrian Burks all out of shape, and there's contact with Netherwood. Championship leader's in trouble. Adrian Burks down the order, and it's our first yellow of the night. Wow, I didn't expect that to come around that quickly, but we caught that just for a moment there. Adrian Burks very sideways off the final corner. Not sure if he did that on his own. Oh, it was before this. Yeah, just all the way around. Just as he catches it, goes up into Stephen Netherwood. And Adrian's so close to hitting. Who was that there? I think it was Derek Whitford, it was. Derek was very close to being collected. Look at this, he's running that high line, keeping up the pace. We'll see Adrian lose it, then suddenly go right into Stephen, bit of contact, and then, oh, that was close. Very close indeed. But now look at the pace difference here as we go back under yellow conditions, although quite the gap there between those guys. We've got Martin Kenyon, Adrian Burks, and a few others actually in the pits now as well. Adrian obviously trying to get that damage fixed. He'll be absolutely gutted that he made that mistake. But it happens around here. It's not easy to do. This obviously counts towards all of the laps that we're going to do here today. There's Adam Millman in the number 32, the bright green machine. Now, interestingly, Jake Forster and Aaron Maspero have only gained, I'll say only gained, sorry, they've only done 2 races each so far this season. But in this race already, Aaron's gained 9 places, Nigel de Jong has gained 7 places, and Jake Forster has gained 8. So great progress from those guys so far. 5 places gained for Jordan Morgan, a little bit further up. 4 places for Mark Day. Don't forget, some of these may have come the way of cars pitting, but there's only been a few of them. Jake Wilson, John Jarrett and Adrian Burks have completed pit stops so far. That there is Mark Day in the 43 on the outside with the bright green wheels. Jordan Morgan just weaving slightly. Super PV, good to see you in the chat. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the show as ever, my friend. Kenny Mitchell's one to watch, though, definitely. The racing line picked him earlier. And It's not a bad pick at all. And of course, do make sure you Google search Racing for Luby as you see it on the side of the car there, and donate to the wonderful work that Kenny does for his sister, who was so unfortunately diagnosed with cancer in the last 12 months. Back underway though, and Ian Cornish has got these restarts down to a T. He just cracks on with it, goes straight down to the apron, tries to build a gap. Right, what can we get here then? With all of these lot filtering through, looks like everyone behaving themselves so far. We've got some nice wide angle shots here that show the whole field. Listen to that. Oh, it's close there. Simon Wareham very, very close with Craig Charles in there as well. I think it's Craig on the outside. It is Craig Charles in the number 14. Oh, we've got a truck in the wall there. Who is that? Just behind Jake Wilson. I think maybe Whitford. No, it wasn't Whitford. There was definitely a truck in the wall there. I really hope it wasn't Adrian Burks. Although it looks like he's got a bit of damage on the right again. I'm not sure whether they fixed it earlier. Now Simon Wareham is dropping a bit of ground as well. There is Maspero just on his inside. Oh, there's contact with Craig Charles. What a save by Simon Wareham. I'm not sure who that was on, but very scary moment there. Jake Forster, by the look of it, got out of that because he thought there was going to be an incident. But wow. What on earth happened here, boys? I think Simon came down quite a bit, but I don't think he expected there to be that sort of overlap, really. Back at the front, though, it's Cornish, Redford and Mitchell right together. The top couple of spots, we've got a Ford, a Toyota and a Chevrolet in the top three, so all three manufacturers represented here. Redford trying to get that run down the back straight. It's a difficult place to get it right lap after lap because it is one of the ovals that has a tri-oval in it, so it's not like you get two different back straight, well, two different straights, one main straight and one back straight. Now, Nigel de Jong has gained 10 spots. Aaron Maspero has gained 10 spots. Craig Charles has lost 1 from where he started. But, again, de Jong was one of the ones that we were worried about. Not worried about or warned about, you know, just told to keep an eye on because he's quick. And the 166 is flying at the moment with the Sparco branded machine. Down the back straight they go then. You can see further up, Cornish under some real pressure from Redford now. Redford trying to go around the outside. Nothing doing there, not quite close enough. Down to the back straight again they go. You can see from that angle there, it's not even really as straight, is it? Look at that for 6th place there. Josh Dufferty won on the inside with Netherwood trying to get through. Netherwood got very lucky earlier not to get completely caught up in that accident and taken out of the race. They can't mess about because they've got Muckian right behind them. There he is in the 24. Alpha Motorsports. He's ready for a fight. There's Netherwood in the Northern Tool truck. Not sure whether that's a dig at anybody. It's often what people call me. Now, that down the inside of Muckian is Mark Day, and he's not muckying about, is he? Mark Day wants to get this done and crack forward. And now he's going to look down the inside of Netherwood as well. Great stuff from Mark Day, good opportunism. Uses this fight to his advantage. Now Now, where can Muckian go there? The number 24. Nowhere yet. Nowhere yet. Very close between Day and Netherwood. So close indeed. Behind them is Jordan Morgan in the 308. And then you've got Michael Jones with De Jong and Maspero just here. There's De Jong down the inside of Michael already. Morgan goes down the inside of Netherwood. Nearly contact. All this is playing into the hands of reigning champion Aaron Maspero. Look at that. Big dive down the inside by Jordan Morgan. But he's not going to have the pace off the corner. What can De Jong do now? Maspero's there as well in the 41. The magenta, chrome, purple, white, all sorts of colours down the inside. Craig Charles going with them. At the front, Cornish still leads from Redford. Mitchell third, Whitford fourth. But look at these guys. This is epic stuff. So close. There's contact with Netherwood and Morgan. Netherwood gets another tap and he's around. And that's going to be another yellow. Oh, now Netherwood is still sat in the middle of the road. Manages to get going again. Oh, nearly gets collected. But that was just the tiniest bit of contact. Not really sure it was completely worth it, really. So this is how it was the lap before. I'll tell you what, actually, we'll go a little bit further forward. So it happened between Morgan and Netherwood. Netherwood being the one that lost out because of it. So it looks to me like, you know, Morgan's slightly understeering up. Netherwood is coming down to try and get the run off the corner. There is the tiniest bit of contact. They then make another bit of contact there with Michael Jones. He had nowhere to go. Morgan slaps the wall. Netherwood then hits the back of Michael Jones, who goes very sideways. Down onto the apron. Does he save it? Looks like he does to me. He's gone way, way off though. He's across the grass. Manages to get it all back together, but we've got a bunch of them in the pit lane now. Jordan Morgan, smoke coming from his truck, so I'm not sure whether he got another hit afterwards or something. Let's have a quick look at what happened for him. Oh, it was just from that hit with the wall. I didn't notice the smoke at the time, but yeah, ruined the engine there, did Jordan Morgan, unfortunately. Now, out of those that have pitted, Ian Cornish is one of them. Cornish down to 13th place now. We'll show you the pit stops on the left so you can see. Ricardo Alvelos is currently the highest placed that has pitted, so he's going for the win. Jake Wilson's gained 13 places and sits just behind him. He's pitted as well. So too is Adrian Burks. Biggest mover that has not pitted so far is Nigel de Jong. Currently 4th, gained 18 spots. But Kenny Mitchell leads this race temporarily. Depends on what happens in the pit stops, of course. Now then, Josh Duffy Wong on the outside is one to look out for as well. There is an absolute massive host of really quick drivers with us this evening. It's great to have them. Here's Jake Forster in the middle of the pack. On his outside is Kevin Whitford in the chrome machine. Blinking in and out a little bit as well is Kevin. Someone needs to get him a spec map, or at least a new one. So Ian Cornish just there on the inside in the 8-1. He's dropped a number of positions here, but he's going to be on fresh rubber. 20 laps in. It's intriguing to see how the rubber has been affected up to now. Right then. Let's get back underway. Oh, Kenny Mitchell really spins up the rears as he tries to get away. But we're back underway now at Chicagoland. On to lap 21 of this 134 lap race. Oh, there's contact further back. Michael Jones has been involved, I think. Jordan Morgan might have been involved in it as well. There was a bit of argy-bargy. There's someone dropping down. Stuart Pomfrey. Oh, and Mark Day. Mark Day's had an issue. We'll very quickly go back to this. Now watch the back of the pack. Although we're looking at Mark Day here, who isn't too far down. He's right behind the black and white stripy machine. Goes 3 wide with the number 5. That's Grant Woolcott. Oh, Grant just turns in, clips in the slightest bit. He bounces off the wall and those around him just try and avoid. And now he's in the pits, and so too is Michael Jones, unfortunately. But look at this lot up front. The absolute rabble. And look at Cornish. Cornish is flying. Up into 4th place already. Mark Redford right behind as well. Mark's going with him here. But Cornish on that fresh rubber. He is on a real move here. Don't forget, Nigel de Jong is one of the guys to look out for in this race. But Cornish and Redford at this moment in time are the real hot property on the market. Mid-corner speed they can carry and the momentum they can take with them is just unbelievable in comparison to Kenny Mitchell. Kenny's defending hard now. He needs to make them work those tyres harder than they'll want to. Back down the inside, there's just nothing he can do. Redford's got that door already open. Thank you very much, he says. Great stuff. And in a matter of laps, Ian Cornish is back to the front of the field. Redford wants to go with him though. De Jong has still gained 18 positions to go top. Well, near the top. That's Adam Illman just going down the inside of him. And look behind. 3 wide nearly with Maspero down the inside. That's Adrian Burks on the outside in the 72. The 25 is Ricardo Alvelos that we're looking at now with Craig Charles down his inside. His teammate James Muckian just in front, but look at that. Understeer galore from Craig Charles. Craig not pitting, Ricardo has. So too is Maspero. 14 and 41. Three wide just behind now. That's the number 12 of Derek Whitford down the inside. A little bit of contact with Craig Charles as they both move around slightly on the tri-oval. There's the 74 of Jake Wilson trying to make some moves behind Adrian Burks. Also in one of the Racing for Luby liveries as well. Looks great on the truck, doesn't it? Simon Wareham and Martin Kenyon changing positions further back. The Yorkshire T-Mobile on the outside. Not having the smoothest of runs. That's Stephen Netherwood, championship leader, coming back through. Now he's continued on with that damage, which intrigues me. Have to see how he manages to come back through the pack as the night goes on. This is reigning champion though, Aaron Maspero. On a real mission here. James Muckian's also on a mission to try and hold off these other 2 Chevrolets, Derek Whitford and Ricardo Alvelos. He's not done too well there. That's not quite the mission. James just can't match what Derek's got, but Derek has pitted, James has not. And that shows you the main difference, doesn't it? Now, what are people going to do about pitting? I don't think we're going to see anybody pit anytime soon. Here's Jake Wilson 3 wide. He's got Kevin Whitford and Craig Charles around him. Craig, unfortunately, just going slightly backwards here. Jack Werrell in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you indeed. There goes Kenny Mitchell down the inside. You can see the different grooves here at Chicagoland. Really helps the drivers know when they're sort of washing up wide or when they're sticking to a groove or a line. Back at the front though, Cornish has not got away from Redford. Redford is matching his every move at the moment. And he's doing a cracking job of it too. Chicagoland is like Disneyland, yes. Less of a roller coaster, but I can imagine going around here at truck pace is just amazing. 18 degrees of bank, a circuit that was opened in 2001. It broke ground in 1999, so it's by far, well, far from an old circuit, I was going to say. We've got Muckian and Mitchell very close together. 24 and the 4. Almost trading white and red paint with one another. Or white and red vinyl as it would be. Just behind actually there you can see Jake Forster with Simon Wareham right up his jack seat. In the Kawasaki sponsored machine. Simon looks down the inside. Kawasaki on a Toyota. Intriguing. Nice clean stuff from Simon. Just doing what he needs to do in chipping away at positions. And look at that patience there to get past Kenny Mitchell. And how good do Kenny and Adrian's trucks look together there with the same livery but reversed in terms of the red and white. Especially when they're together, it looks awesome. But we have the 4 and the 44 together. Jake Forster trying to go past Kenny on the inside. Adrian Burke's going past him as well. Kenny just not able to make it work on these tyres at the moment. Oh, Adrian's gone very, very high up there in the 72. Nearly making contact with the wall. These are the two closest trucks on track though. It's not over yet. You've got to love the livery, haven't you, on Jake Forster's car. Stefan Roberts, great coverage and commentary. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much indeed. I like to think I do alright for a one-man effort. If you do like my commentary though, check out my website, chazdracott.com. Now I can officially say I'm a European manufacturer-backed motorsport commentator. Started out in the world of sim racing though, and I still love it and thrive in it to this day. And just yesterday I celebrated the anniversary of my 3rd year anniversary of commentary since I made my debut on Apex Racing TV. Since then I've stepped up to doing the broadcast myself as well as just commentating while someone else mans the cameras. Now Ricardo Alvelos is in the middle of quite the battle here. Simon Wareham on really good pace trying to get through, but he also wants to displace Josh Duffety-Wong. For the moment Josh can do no Wong. He's just holding on. Oh, Ricardo clipped the apron a little bit there. Simon's going to have to get out of that. Very frustrating. It's one of those things when you lose momentum and you can't make something of it, or when someone else in front of you loses momentum and you can't make something of it. It's very hard to keep you cool, although Simon has actually managed to keep some very strong momentum around the outside, so proving me wrong tenfold there. Simon Wareham up into 8th place. De Jong still holding strong in 6th. 16 places gained for him. Maspero is now up to 4th in the 41. Reigning champion showing us exactly why he is so. He's in a bit of no man's land at the minute though. He's got 2.1 seconds back to Derek Whitford. 3.5 seconds to Adam Illman in front. So a lot of real estate between them. Craig Charles has just been overtaken by John Jarrett for 18th place. And Craig was one of the picks for the win earlier on in the YouTube chat. So I'm hoping for his sake his race improves if he's got the race winning pace. We're not seeing it at the moment. And here's Duffy Wong. Simon Wareham still trying to make further progress. We've got Jake Forster and Mucky in as well, having a little scrap. And this is the bit of the stalemate that you get here. You can take the title line and be on the inside, but on the higher line you can carry more speed, as is the art form that is oval racing. I don't know how these guys do it. I really don't. I have absolutely zero pace in these things. Now look at this, Forster trying to go around the outside now. Very intriguing manoeuvre. Jake's been quick since the very moment I started commentating on him. Very exciting driver to watch. And around the outside seems to have worked for him. Beautiful stuff. Gets ahead of Muckian for now. We go back to this though, because Wareham has pried the door open down the inside of Duffy Wong. Side by side into 1 and 2. And Wareham is ahead. Only just though. Duffy Wong's got a good run out of 1 and 2 actually. Matches him down the back straight. Oh, very close together on the way into 3 and 4. Cornish completes lap 42, starts the 43rd lap of the race. Just over 90 laps to go. It should be about 45 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the £1 per logo machine. FedEx and Bosch on their car, truck, machine. Jake Wilson at the wheel trying to overtake Adrian Burks. Adrian having a little bit of a moment there, I think. Maybe a slight wobble from the truck, but nothing too concerning. Concerning thing for him is the fact that Jake Wilson is down the inside, but not on corner exit. Again, it's all just down to the momentum there that these guys can carry. There's a change further back. Martin Kenyon getting past Kevin Whitford. John Jarrett having a look down the inside as well. Almost needs a written invitation there. Rob Coleman in the chat saying, shake and bake, go on Alfo Motorsport. Yeah, James Muckian for Alfo, currently in 11th position. Craig Charles, unfortunately, having a bit of a torrid time on these current tyres. Down in 20th spot. We've lost the bottom 3. We now have 22 trucks running. Now Adrian Burks has still got the attentions of Jake Wilson very much on his tail and on the radar, as Duffy Wong has just been overtaken by Ricardo Alvelos, and I think that looks to me like a truck that's slowing down to come in, and it is. Josh Duffy Wong brings it on to pit lane. Gets it slowed down. Staying in 4th gear here. Keeping the revs nice and low. Just under 100 kph, 62 miles an hour. Slows it down nice and gently into his box, and he'll take his service. Now, here's Burks down the inside of Muckian. Jake Wilson right behind still. Just watching all of this go on is Jake Wilson thinking, right, I could have 2 positions here, not just the one. as running wide goes Adrian Burks. That's exactly what Jake needs, because now he can go down the inside of the pair of them with a good enough run, but he's not got such a run here. James Muckian blinking in and out a little bit there in the Chevy. And the Toyota of Jake Wilson just trying to scoop up these spots. Now James Muckian has not pitted yet. These two around him both have, but only on lap 4. So it's not like they've got a humongous tyre advantage, but it seems like they just drop off a cliff after some time, so that's obviously what's happened to James Muckian. Here's De Jong. P6 has gained 16 and he's in the 166. So 6s and 1s all around for Nigel De Jong. Slows it down. Looks like he might have been going a little bit quick into there. Jake Forster comes in as well. So too does James Muckian. So it must be time for those tyres to get changed. Adam Illman sits in 3rd place at the moment. He's gained 5 spots in this race. He's got 3 seconds over Aaron Maspero behind. That truck there is Grant Woolcott. Giving it another scan over the line. Well, Ian Cornish has been absolutely awesome so far in this race. He's over there somewhere. There he is. He currently has a 1.5 second lead over Mark Redford. He's doing an outstanding job with it. Now what's happened here? Jake Wilson losing a bit of ground through 1 and 2. Not quite sure what's caused that for Jake. But either way, he chases after Adrian Burks. Now here's a little trio for you. Not all for position. John Jarrett is trying to chase Martin Kenyon, but behind them there is Jake Forster, who's a lap down but on fresher rubber. John and Martin pitted on lap 18. Jake pitted on lap 49. So much fresher rubber. And look at the difference it makes there. Incredible. Now, is it best for John to let Jake go and see if he'll open the door on Martin Kenyon? Or not, because at the end of the day, Jake's a lap down. So these guys won't want to concede to him one bit. Adrian Burks on his way in. He decides it's time to pit. And get some fresh boots for the truck. Back to this though, Forster is now ahead of Jarrett, on track that is anyway. He's just unlapping himself. Doesn't look like Kenyon's going to lose anything here. Oh, I think Jake maybe kissed the wall there. He's lost quite a bit of momentum out of 1 and 2. Either that or he just got out of it to make sure he didn't hit the wall. It's very easy to do, very easy to overdrive these trucks. As we see Martin Kenyon doing just a little bit of that as well. Little flick of the tail. Adrian Burks just came out of the pits there. Oh, that was close. John Jarrett slightly wide on the exit 1 and 2 as he gets ahead of Martin Kenyon. Look at look at Kenny Mitchell. Absolutely gone like a missile down the inside. On lap 56 out of 134 here. Cornish pitted on lap 18. So we need to keep an eye on when he next comes in. But either way, he's doing a stellar job at the moment in this race. Qualified on pole. just looking down to see who is close to who, and Jake Forster and Kenny Mitchell, the 44 and the 4, are both once again close together for position. They may be a lap down on the leaders. They're a lap down on everybody up to down to 6th place. That's Simon Wareham in the number 18. There's about 6 tenths between them, although we need to look at Stephen Netherwood and John Jarrett, who are right behind them on track and very close for position. It looks to me like Netherwood hasn't got the pace here. His last lap was half a second slower than Jarrett. Jarrett goes through without a problem, and Adrian Burke says, room for a small one. Tries to go through the middle, thinks, nope, stuff it, I'll go down the inside. Look at that pace difference off the corner there for Adrian Burks. Must be so satisfying when you're on fresh rubber and the others aren't. Although I imagine it'd be a kind of frustrating development because he's just unlapping himself there. And there's Derek Whitford, and there on the outside of him is Simon Wareham. Derek Whitford actually on his way onto pit road as well. Gets it slowed down, and down pit road he goes. Now then, Burks and Forster once again for position. Kenny Mitchell's disappeared up the road, Adrian's teammate. These two only pitted 4 laps apart, but Forster just not quite able to stay with him here. I'm not sure what's happened, whether he's had... I think he did have a kiss with the wall earlier, you know. I'm wondering whether that truck's got damage on the right-hand side or the right front, and it's really affecting it. I hope for Jake's sake that it hasn't, because this really is the sort of place where you'll feel damage to the front right. It's one of those circuits where you carry so much pace mid-corner, you really need the truck to be behaving itself. Adam Illman is into pit lane from 4th place. Simon Wareham coming in from 5th as well. Those two now, of course, dropping positions. This is Josh Duffety-Wong with Nigel de Jong just ahead. Although Nigel just made that move on that previous lap. In his continued charge forward, there's Adam Illman just coming out now. And he's lost quite a lot of ground to them. He slots back into what is 9th place at the moment. That is the number 24 going past him of James Mucky. And now behind him somewhere, there is Ricardo Alvelos, and that's for position. Ricardo round the outside. Adam just tries to get up to speed. Nothing he can do there, though. And the two teammates are side by side further back. Adrian Burks using the high line. Kenny Mitchell staying down low and is not able to match him at this stage. Really not able to match him. What's happened to Kenny? That truck looked strangely slow for a minute there. Because look at Derek Whitford in the 12. Well, something's gone wrong here for Kenny. Something has gone wrong before this for Kenny. Oh, there's a big amount of damage to the right rear. Big amount of damage to the right rear. Let's go on board with Kenny and see. It's already happened at this point. Sounds like it's trying to break away. It is, look, you can see. Mid-corner, it's just breaking away completely. It's already happened at this point, so Kenny's had that damage for a few laps now, and he's just dropping like a fly, I'm afraid. That isn't for position there. That going past him is the 36 of Stuart Pomfrey. Ian Cornish, race leader, is in the pits. Mark Redford also in, but he was actually in the previous lap. So as Ian gets into his box, Mark is just about to leave. Aaron Maspero also on his way down pit road. And Redford has lost out to De Jong, Duffety Wong, Illman, Alvelos. Not going to lose out to Burks, I don't think. But very interesting to see where they end up. Now John Jarrett has gone past Maspero and Cornish, so John Jarrett leads the race. Martin Kenyon also going through to take second at the moment. Now here comes Cornish on pit exit. Now you're going to see De Jong, Illman, Duffety Wong, Alvelos and Redford all come through as well. Redford has passed Maspero. Where is Cornish in all of this? There he is, being overtaken by a bunch of them. You can see Redford just at the back. Redford isn't going to get close enough. He's just on the right of the shot there. Cornish now needs to get into a rhythm and crack on because there's not much in it. In terms of the tyre life of these guys around him, there was a hit into the wall there. Who was that? The truck just behind them had a real hit with the wall. Was it Whitford? It was not. Apologies. Still getting used to some of these liveries, guys. Somebody had a big old hit into that wall there. That's Illman going around the outside of Duffety Wong. It was Michael Jones who hit the wall. That was Redford getting past not too long ago, actually, just afterwards. So Michael carries on. We're into the second half of the race now. 67 laps is the halfway point. We're now on to lap 69. Nice. Redford gets past Duffety Wong. John Jarrett now into the pits, and Illman goes through, leading the race. Cornish is the next truck behind him, though. 3/10 quicker on that previous lap was Ian Cornish. He's back into a rhythm again. And well, I said it before, and I'll say it again, Adam Illman will be hoping he can run to the hills and run for his life, because the Iron Maiden truck is really closing here. Look at this. Ian Cornish is unstoppable. He's a real trooper. He's going to be saying to Adam, not sure how many people know this one, be quick or be dead. There you go. I'm definitely not Googling the name of Iron Maiden songs right now. For the moment, if it's be quick or be dead, we certainly know which of those two Ian Cornish is at the minute. He is flying around here at Chicagoland. We've got Jake Wilson and Adrian Burke, 72 and 74, still stuck together. Across the line once again. The £1 per logo machine. Trying to break ground inside the top 10. And now is 9th, but Adrian won't want it to stay that way. Championship points on offer, don't forget. Just trying to have a quick look at the championship standings. It is Netherwood with 51 points at the moment from Kenyon on 46 and Adam Illman on 43. So Stephen Netherwood, after winning last time round from Drinkwater and Murphy, neither of them that are here, it's all to play for because Netherwood is down in 16th. And there's usually only one, I think there's 2 points difference between first and second. But after that, it's 1 point per position. So for every point, every position that you are further behind somebody, you're a point worse off. And Netherwood down in 16th is not going to be pleased with that. Josh Duffety Wong suddenly losing quite a lot of pace there and being overtaken by Aaron Maspero like he stood still. That's a 24 of James Muckian in there, but he's down in 20th spot at the moment. The last truck running as well, actually, is Muckian. We've got Grant Woolcott and Michael Jones both in the pits, unfortunately, not having the best of nights. And here is Aaron Maspero continuing this unbelievable charge forward. Up into 5th place he goes. Nigel de Jong has had a great race as well, though, so far. 16 places gained. In 6th place in the 166. So it's P6, 16 gained, 166. You can figure it out one way or another. He's gained 16 to be 6th in the 166. There you go. Doesn't really mean anything, does it? But either way. Adam Illman, 2nd then. That's Netherwood right behind him, but that is not 4 position. Netherwood is a lap down in 15th. Mark Redford, though, that is 4 position. P3 in 31. Nest in the Woods. Turn 4 motorsports truck. Now Simon Wareham is starting to rise to the top again. He's just got past Adrian Burks, who we're looking at here, now outside the top 10 in 11th. We've just hit 69 playbacks on the video as well. Nice. We're about to start the 79th lap of the race, as Redford has just got past Illman. So Redford's had the run at some point and made it stick. Need to look at this as well, because that's Netherwood going past Whitford for position. On to the 79th lap then comes Ian Cornish. That's Jake Forster right there with him. Jake's gained 11 places himself to be where he is now. Jake Wilson has gained 12. Share the games on the left hand side of the screen so you can see. Hopefully that's readable, because on my screen it barely is. You've got to love the sound of these things though. I'll show you the laps that they previously pitted on. You can see there the likes of Dufferty Wong pitted on lap 46, 48 for Whitford. So the tyres will really be feeling some sort of pain now for some of these guys. Some of them, like Cornish and Maspero, pitted as late as lap 66, 67 for Kenyon, 69 for Jarrett, 70 for Woolcott, but of course he came out after repairing some damage, so he was in there for quite a while. You're in the pit lane for anywhere between, if you've got a really short stop, it's about 38 seconds like Jake Forster was, but usually just between 40 and 45 seconds in the pit lane here. About 15 to 17 seconds of that is pit stop. Just shows you the amount of time you spend just crawling down the pit lane, even at a oval circuit like this. Makes you feel sorry for the people that do road course racing and have to crawl down humongous pit lanes like you get at Suzuka. And let's not talk about Spa, shall we? Either way, top two at the moment. Ian Cornish, Mark Redford, 3.5 seconds between the two of them. Oh, we've got a yellow. We have a yellow. What on earth has happened here? Okay. We have a yellow. It's pointing at Simon Wareham for this yellow. Not a clue what happened there. Jake Wilson's on his way into the pits. Oh, there we go. Ricardo Alvelos is around. He's got Craig Charles down the inside. Craig's run wide and absolutely dispatches of Ricardo, and that's not the first time we've seen Craig Charles make contact with somebody this evening, unfortunately. So we're back under yellow, and Cornish is back in the pits. So what we'll do, we'll see if this works. No, there we go. Right down the far end. The Iron Maiden truck, painted by Hazy Signs as well, it seems. There's Adrian Burks coming to a stop again for some reason, and then getting going again. Not sure whether the pit exit was closed or something. There goes Redford. He's literally had a tiny splash and dash, 6.1 seconds. Maybe just 2 tyres for him. There goes Cornish. There's Maspero in the 41. 166, the 27 of Josh Doherty Wong as well. And Derek Whitford has inherited the race lead. Well, very intriguing race so far. Hope you're all enjoying the show. Here with me, Chaz Draycott. Please do remember to like the video. Make sure you subscribe to Chaz Draycott Media as well. You can catch up with everything that I'm doing when I get round to posting content. Very busy boy recently, so not always got time to, I'm afraid. But yeah, plenty always going on. And of course, broadcasts along the way. Fingers crossed more broadcasts for these guys as well in the MyTurnRacing Sunday Night Truck Series. But with my weekends this year, I think I'm booked up until October now. But depending on when I can get back on a Sunday night, we'll see what I can broadcast for these guys, because I thoroughly enjoy doing it. So this is Mark Redford that we're looking at now. Currently showing us second in the race, but I believe he was ahead of Cornish after the yellow came out, so he maintains the lead. Cornish second, Illman third, Maspero is fourth, Nigel de Jong is fifth, ahead of Josh Doherty Wong. Jake Wilson and Simon Wareham have just swapped around. Why is Jake Wilson stopping? I think he's got to let a few people filter in. Either way, Redford leads them. Lap 85 of 134. We've been going for just over 50 minutes. Or just under 53, you could say. Some of the trucks there getting a wave around. Yeah, we do need to ask a driver what they do under yellow apart from turn left. Well, I've seen drivers even stop for a wee before. Alex Sedgwick being very guilty of that. He knew that he had his position in the queue guaranteed, so he parked the car at the side of the road. Quickly dashed for a wee. Came back in, sped back up. Got into his place behind the pace truck and carried on the race. Empty bladdered. And much lighter, I must add. But it's the joys of sim racing. So these two then, they've been the real pair of titans for this race so far. Ian Cornish and Mark Redford. Now we get a restart the other way round, where it's going to be Redford that controls what goes on, or at least gets the shout on when they go. Pace truck is in, Redford is away, and we're back racing in green flag conditions at Chicagoland. Illman stays in third place. Look at that. Love watching the three there. Look at that, 2 sets of 3 wide there. That's mucking on in the middle of the front bit. And for the side-by-side for the lead as well, but we'll keep our eyes on this. That's Forster down the inside of Derek Whitford. Nearly contact in front with Kenny Mitchell as well. Oh, I think there was contact with Kenny Mitchell. There was. Who's that sideways? Is that Michael Jones? No, it's Derek Whitford. Derek Whitford comes back on though. And continues, but Cornish has got back to the front. And look at that, Mark Redford has dropped a number of positions already. Maspero now up into 4th place. Mark's going to see Aaron coming past and think, how have you done that? You started right near the back, literally last. How have you done that? As is the pace and strategy of some of these guys, though. They are incredible. And Stuart Pomfrey is side by side with Stephen Netherwood there. These guys are racing for position in amongst drivers that are not. Craig Charles is for position, though. He's gone down the inside of Pomfrey now. Adrian Burks goes past Martin Kenyon, but for the front, Ian Cornish once again. 81 P1. Adam Illman 2nd place. He was strong last season, was Adam. Be good to see him get a win. Just keeping my eye on the timing to see who's close together, and Adrian Burks and John Jarrett are 2 of them further down. Live timing indeed, yes you can, mate. There you go. Craig Charles very close to Stephen Netherwood here as well. We've got a few guys that are a lap down on one another. See the gaps on the left hand side. Maspero in 4th place. Not too far off De Jong, but look at that, Duffety Wong right behind him now. Illman actually in 2nd has got the attentions of Nigel de Jong right with him. Look at this now, Nigel's just going to slowly creep down the inside. I say slowly, you know what I mean. And displace Adam Illman just like that. Now behind, you can see there, Kenny Mitchell has got Jake Forster trying to go past. Jake a lap ahead. Kenny doesn't want to relinquish it too much though. We need to keep an eye on this, I'm afraid, because these 3 trying to battle for the final podium spots. De Jong now up to 2nd after starting 22nd on the grid. The only problem with this battling is that it means the race leader can get away. Josh Duffety Wong now involved in this. And we've got a yellow. We've got a yellow. I'm wondering, Jake Forster and Kenny Mitchell, have they had some sort of coming together here? Jake's going very quickly in the direction of Kenny Mitchell. Now Kenny was a lap down on Jake. Seems to me like there has been contact there between the 2. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know. Jake will be annoyed that it happened, as the great save at the end there. He'll be annoyed that that's happened because he was, you know, he wasn't racing Kenny for position, but got to look at where the 2 of them are. You know, Kenny's got to come back up onto the track. Jake is very, very low down along the white line. There'll be an argument of, you shouldn't have been on the apron in the first place. but we've seen people doing it all night, so it's just part of it, I'm afraid. But we have a yellow for that. Forster and Redford into the pits. Redford obviously not having the best of times at the minute, so feeling that some new boots are in order. We're back under yellow here on lap 97 of 134. There's Stephen Netherwood just going around. But this man has been an absolute star so far. It's the first time I've commentated on him, first time I've seen him race. Ian Cornish. And Mark Redford, one of the first things he said tonight in the YouTube chat was, watch out for Ian Cornish. And flipping heck, was he right? Devilishly quick so far, just seems like nobody can do anything about him. As far as I know, he's previous champion. I'm just going to quickly look back through the previous stats. They do have like a Hall of Fame as to who's won the championship. Yeah, Ian Cornish won it season 2 in 2016. He then won 2018 season 1, 2018 season 3, 2019 season 1 and 2019 season 4. So a 5-time champion, Ian Cornish. And he's showing us exactly why. Just unbelievable pace. These two are still stuck together like glue. Adrian Burks and Jake Wilson, the 72 and 74. I'm sure they'll continue to be until the very end. But it's always what makes these races fun, is sort of having a dancing partner for almost the entire thing. Done many a race before where I've ended up battling with the same guy lap after lap, and it's just been so entertaining, and you can have a good laugh about it at the end with them. And I've seen a lot of that between some of these guys in this championship as well. It's a great community, to be fair to them. So Ian Cornish, Nigel de Jong, Adam Millman, Aaron Maspero, Josh Doherty-Wong. They were all so close together when the yellow came out. A number of them will have been grateful that they've got a bit of time for a breather. The lights on the pace truck are out. They're going 2 by 2. And we're going to get a restart next time around. Ian Cornish for the 3rd time this evening will lead them away. Actually, I believe the 4th time this evening. Mark Redford, of course, led the last restart from the yellow. Speaking of Mark, by the way, he sits in 8th place at the moment, just on the right hand side of your shot there, after taking a very recent pit stop, lap 96. So we'll go green on the 100th lap here. Look out for de Jong in that 166, the black and blue machine on the outside. He's been very quick tonight as well. We've got a great view there of the entire field. Pace truck is in very abruptly. Just misses the cone. Cornish puts his foot down and we're back underway. Look at that. Redford and Forster both pulling out on the right hand side. 3 wide across the line they go. He's got Wilson and Burks on his inside. Forster has got Kenyon and Jarrett down his inside. Cornish still leads them. Look at that, brilliant stuff. 3 by 2, nearly 4 behind. Forster's trying to push Redford up top. Needs to be careful, gets a bit out of shape. So too does John Jarrett, manages to save it. Duffety Wong takes to the apron. Illman has as well. Only a tiny bit. Sorry, Adam. Look at that there. Redford really making this work around the outside. We'll continue to watch and just see what extra progress he can make here. He started second. He's up to fifth. Look at that down the inside of Adam Illman now. He's got to that inside line. He's going to be hard to stop from there. John Jarrett side by side with, who was that? Was that Charles Clark? Derek Whitford, I believe it was, with Kenny Mitchell just behind as well. But look at Redford go. Nope, there. Down the inside of Maspero now. Fastest lap of the race by Mark Redford that time around as well. 31.217. 0.2 of a second quicker than Ian Cornish up front. Forster is quick as well. Forster's now up into 5th place down the inside of Adam Illman. He's now going to go down the inside of Aaron Maspero as they get to the tri-oval, surely. Two of the quickest guys from last season. Redford's hit the wall though. Mark Redford has hit the wall. That amazing progress has been halted very abruptly. I've got to wonder what damage has that done to the truck. Look at Martin Kenyon up there as well in the number 11 machine. There he is with Adam Illman in the green machine on the outside. That purple and black one is Jake Wilson in the £1 per logo machine. Great racing once again here though. Not long to go now. Lap 104, 30 laps to go after this one. It's phenomenal racing though through the pack. That's why it's so easy to fall in love with this sort of racing. There's just always so many position changes, so much strategy, so much thought goes into every little move. You get drivers trying to work together. Some drivers pushing, some being very reserved. Right on board with Duffety Wong. Not too much to see because the roll cage. Look at that sideways from Jake Wilson. Duffety Wong trying to take it around the outside. Nothing doing there though, bad look of it. Although Wilson clips the apron a little bit. Josh carries some good momentum. Across the line he goes. Now, Redford has got back underway with this incredible charge forward. He may have hit the wall and lost some momentum, but it doesn't seem to have done too much damage because he's now gone past Nigel de Jong just behind as well. Forster is now 4th in the 44. De Jong is trying to fight with Redford now. He's making Redford use up those tyres more than he'll want to. He's just got superior grip mid-corner. And now, that is the gap to race leader Ian Cornish. 31.8 last time round, 31.8 by Redford, but nearly a 10th quicker, and that makes a difference round here. Look at these things practically sideways there, but look at the run that Redford has off the corner. Down the inside for the race lead, and Mark Redford goes to the front. We've got Kenyon and Forster also having a push in there as well. Oh, Forster gets close to the wall. In the Lowe's Chevrolet. It's a Toyota leading the way from 2 Fords, 2 Chevys, and another Ford and another Toyota. Now I'm intrigued to see whether Cornish uses up the tyres to try and stay with Redford. Forster has to get out of it there because of de Jong running wide, and look at that great opportunism by Martin Kenyon. Down the inside he goes. And now, all of a sudden, he finds himself in 3rd place. It would be a podium spot, but they don't really do podiums in oval racing, do they? Forster going down low onto the apron. Kenyon down the inside of Cornish. I'm not sure how well Yorkshire Tea and Iron Maiden Trooper goes well together, but either way, Kenyon doesn't mind because he goes to the front. Now, I want to go on board with Jake Forster here and have a quick look at the back of Martin Kenyon's truck. It says something like T used to be. Oh, Jake gets close to the back. Now look at that, to have the grip to go down and do that there with Ian Cornish gradually running out wide. Jake is on a flyer. That's the difference the rubber makes. Great stuff considering that Jake was part of the reason the yellow came out not too long ago. He's on a move. Now Whitford looks down the inside of John Jarrett, who's gained 10 places. We've got some fantastic gains in the top 10 at the moment. Maspero and De Jong 17 each. John Jarrett's gained 10. Jake Forster has gained 21 spots to be where he is now. Netherwood having a real nightmare, dropping 11 from where he started. Cornish holding on in fourth. There will be more pit stops though, and I'm thinking this may work in their favour, because some of these guys, although the yellow might have killed some of their chances, because if they do pit they'll be 45 and more seconds behind. I don't think that fresh rubber's going to make that back up until the end, or before the end of the race. Craig Charles has been off recently, by the way. I'm not quite sure what happened to him here. Oh, he's had a bit of a kiss off Stuart Pomfrey. Sideways, doesn't clip Pomfrey on the way back down. But continues off track, and we do not get a yellow for that. As is the way. We've seen iRacing be very sensitive to yellow flags in this championship. Oh, Maspero. Oh, there's a kiss. Is that going to be a yellow? Doesn't seem like it. John Jarrett back on the circuit, but he got a bit of a kiss there as he slowed down. So Maspero was slow, and it was the 12 of Derek Whitford. Didn't quite see that they were slowing up that much, just gave him a tap and off he goes. He's now got Adrian Burks for company, and then Simon Wareham. Simon's been right up and down the order all race. Look at that. Great run there off 3 and 4. Adrian Burks tries to go around the outside of John Jarrett, nearly making contact. Simon comes up the circuit a little bit. Oh, nothing doing there. Kenyon now in second place, has got Forster right behind him. Forster's been a star in this one, hasn't he? Really on form. On form, Formster. No, I'll get my coat. Well, this is good for Redford though. If these two battle, it means that Redford can stretch his legs at the front and try and open up a gap. It's only about half a second at the minute, which isn't enough really. And there you go, Forster down the inside. Gets ahead of Martin Kenyon. For how long we'll have to see whether Kenyon can come back at him, but doesn't look like it at the moment. John Jarrett is right behind Jake Wilson, then Adrian Burks and Simon Wareham, who just went through the bottom of his shot, having a good fight as well. John just looking back down the inside of Jake there. Sorry about the moments of silence here. I'm just trying to look through the timing and just spot any trends, anybody moving through, but nothing too apparent at the moment. They just have to take it lap after lap. That was the 63 of Kevin Whitford going wide. Kenny Mitchell sees a good opportunity, goes around the outside of him. He's got Ricardo Alvelos with him in there as well. These two could have been picks for the win. They were that quick, but they're really far down the order at the moment. Oh, that was close for Ricardo. Very close indeed. This is also close. John Jarrett and Jake Wilson. We're on lap 118 out of 134. And I can feel another yellow before the end of this. Not sure whether that's a negative outlook or a realistic one. We'll see. But don't forget, the longer these races go on, the more the fatigue kicks in, the more the drivers get tired. The tyres get tired, get it? The fuel starts to run low. The trucks are a little bit more lively when they get lighter and lighter. Redford puts another lap in the books. On to lap 119 now. out of 134. 15 laps to go. Kenyon is still close with the trucks around him. Oh, De Jong, I think, has just hit the wall. Derek Whitford just got past De Jong. Let's have a look. Oh, he's out of shape there. Oh, no, he did just keep it out of the wall, but slightly out of shape. Lost him some momentum. Oh, it looked to me like Whitford was very sideways as well there. I've realised why I got confused now. I've got Derek Whitford and Kevin Whitford. Apologies, gents. Look at this, it's very close there from De Jong, all over the back of Derek. Down into 1 and 2, that was the number 5 just behind them with Grant Wilcott. He's down in 20th place. And a very humbug-like machine. Good pace though at the minute from him. Clearly quicker than these guys. Oh, nearly washes up wide there into Derek. We've got a little trio going on here of Simon Wareham and Adrian Burks, with Jake Wilson leading them. As they go on to lap 122, we've got another yellow. Now what on earth has caused that? Oh, that'll be what? Kevin Whitford in the wall hard. Craig Charles involved as well. Was there already something going on in front? Yeah, there's already trucks around there. Oh, wow. What did Kevin hit there? Now, where is Craig Charles? All of this. Oh, Craig. Now, was Craig's truck just disappearing and then... Oh, he hit the truck. Oh, the truck had already disappeared. So what happened to Craig here? This is already when... So they'd already had an issue there. So he came out the pits. Now, was Craig Charles involved with Stuart Pomfrey earlier? I don't think he was he? So, Craig was just going about his race here. I'm not quite sure whether it was just an accident with Pomfrey, but Pomfrey, I think, had some damage at this point. Let's have a look at his truck. Oh, yeah, it's pretty damaged, isn't it? Pretty beaten up. Craig on newer tyres as well, obviously has a lot more pace. Down the inside. Oh, he's just that much quicker in the corner, and then yeah, it seems to just turn right into him. Really not sure what the situation was there, but either way, it's a big shame to see. Now we've got a good old pit party going on. Josh Duffy Wong has been in. We've had Jake Forster, Martin Kenyon, Nigel De Jong, John Jarrett, Adrian Burks, Jake Wilson, Stephen Netherwood as well. A bunch of them coming into the pits. I'm wondering what happened to Craig Charles earlier. Because Craig Charles did go off. Oh, it was Pomfrey that nudged him earlier. So I think that may have been a bit of revenge there from Craig Charles. I really hope that it wasn't, because we never like to see any sort of retaliation or any intentional taking out of anybody, but yeah, it seemed a little bit... obviously, my ruling is nothing. There are stewards and other people that look at this, so they don't take anything from my opinion of this, but it looked fishy. But I sincerely hope that if it was, Craig Charles goes and has a word with himself. But, again, when you're on fresh tyres, fresh rubber, you are much, much quicker than anyone that's not on said fresh rubber, and it's easy to misjudge that pace difference, which again could very well be what happened there. It turned into the corner and just had so much more pace than Stuart Pomfrey that unfortunately the Milky Bars were just in the way. But we have this again at the front. Mark Redford and Ian Cornish, first and second. Mark Redford pitted on lap 96, Ian Cornish pitted on lap 83. So still fresher rubber in the case of Redford, but it depends on how hard he's worked it. We have 8 laps to go after this one. We're at 1 hour and 20 minutes of the race. And it's going to be a fantastic conclusion indeed. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, of course, everybody. I'll be very, very grateful here at Chas Draycott Media if you can do so. Show your support. Here we are then on lap 126 now. And they're back to 2x2 as we chill behind the official pace truck. I'll tell you what, that camera shows you quite the view, doesn't it? A little bit of damage here and there on Mark Redford's truck, of course, from hitting the wall earlier on. I really need to make sure my livery's all load in better quality, don't I? Flipping out. Great view though of the field, all sitting behind. And the pace truck will very abruptly jump over to the left. Now Mark Redford will put his foot down and we'll get back underway. Spins them up, so too does Derek Whitford. Adam Illman takes advantage of that. Look at that in the background as well. Number 5 getting absolutely mugged there. Aaron Maspero already looks down the inside of Ian Cornish, so it's 41, 31 and 81, but not quite in that order for the lead. And then we've got this rabble behind them. Look at all this lot. Forster down the inside of the 12 of Derek Whitford. Nigel de Jong in there as well. Then you've got the 11 of Martin Kenyon. This could all get very, very messy, boys. You need to be careful here. Nigel de Jong trying to stick with Jake Forster. These guys pitted. Nigel de Jong and Jake Forster both pitted in that yellow flag period there. So they're going to have superior pace. And look at this. They are flying now up to the back of Maspero and Cornish, but they need to hold their patience here. Hold your horses, boys. Forster tries to go around the outside. Looks like he's going to make that work. De Jong right with Maspero. Needs to be careful with the bump drafting. Dufferty Wong in there as well. We've got more shenanigans going on here because more of them coming through. Dufferty Wong, Kenyon, Jarrett, Burks, they're all trying to come through here on fresh rubber. Maspero is stuck in the middle of all of this. And for the lead, Jake Forster goes to the front from 24th on the grid. Jake Forster now leads this race. There's a tiny bit of contact with Cornish, who's sideways. What a save by Ian Cornish. Just clips the back of Nigel de Jong, who doesn't somehow get spun around. Oh, and Jake has hit the wall. Jake Wilson. Big scrape. Oh, he's been absolutely ploughed by the 24. And that's going to be big damage there for James Muckian, surely. There goes Kenny Mitchell flying through. That is going to have hurt. Adam Illman has dropped a number of spots here, actually. He's way further down than he'll want to be. He's got Netherwood in there and Pomfrey as well, but back near the front, those are your two leaders. This is everybody else. Mark Redford starting to drop down behind these guys on the fresh rubber. They're all just absolutely scrambling to get to the front. That's Dufferty Wong with Kenyon down the inside. Adrian Burks wants to go with him as well. John Jarrett's just gone past Mark Redford as well. He's having a really strong run towards the end of this race. Cornish is now down to 8th position. Oh, there's contact in the background. Kenny Mitchell's around, so is Wareham. Oh, and look at that. Jake Wilson got absolutely nailed. Through it goes Pomfrey. Oh, there's more contact. Kenny gets underway. Poor Jake Wilson got absolutely drilled there. Let's have a look at what happened here then. So there's some contact. Wareham and Wilson. Oh, Mitchell gets turned into him. Oh, who was that? Oh, Netherwood gets involved in that as well. I think Oh, Netherwood then hits Wilson again. Ricardo Alvelos. You'll see it all happen in front of him. There's the contact. Oh, he thinks it. Oh, through the smoke, it's hard to tell, but he kept his foot in it and paid the price, unfortunately. But watch Wilson. Oh, Netherwood couldn't quite see him there and ends up absolutely ploughing him. But the other Jake is having a whale of a time up front. We're going to go to green-white checkered as well, I believe. We're on lap 132 out of 134 here. We'll have another look at that. Although you could just see it in the background there, apologies. Bang, there's the hit from Ricardo on Forster. There was actually Netherwood and the number 5 had already come together at this point. Grant Woolcock and Stephen Netherwood. I think as Netherwood slows down for the incident. Oh, they just don't slow down. Netherwood being patient. Was absolutely smacked by 2 of them. I think, yeah, the other one was Michael Jones. You see it there, the Milky Bar truck just in front. You'll see the smoke now for the incident. In fairness, you know, they did slow down a bit. Jones somehow just missed the truck. And who is it's Muckian in the 24? Some of these guys need to just chill out a bit when there's an incident. It's one of the things that you see discussed most on iRacing is slow down for incidents, guys. For crying out loud. And some of these lot clearly not thinking about that at the time. But we've all been there. It's easy to keep your foot in it because you see, all you see in those moments is, great, freebies. You know, it's easy to keep your foot in it, so, you know, I don't blame them half the time, but it's easy for me to sit up here and say, come on boys, slow it down. But I've been in that situation as well, and I usually do the same. Jake Forster then leads this race from De Jong. These two started way, way down the order. Jake Forster started 24th on the grid. Nigel De Jong started 22nd. And they're now first and second in this race. Indeed, Muckian did get through it without contact, mate. Just about. Somehow. White flags in the air then. Ricardo Alvelos, great broadcast. Thank you very much, mate. I hope you're enjoying the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be doing the next round of the championship as well. Unfortunately, can't commit to the entire season, much like last season, due to numerous other gigs in the real world, meaning I'll be away from home and sometimes even out of the country as well. But I'll be trying to do as many as I can where I can. Now, we had a wonderful charge by some of these guys right near the end there. This top 6 in this race at the moment are all guys that pitted in that last yellow flag period. Understandable, Ricardo. Understandable. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. And fingers crossed next time I commentate on you, your race ends a little bit better than that one. So, Forster now sits behind the pace truck. That livery just makes it look like the front of the truck has just been covered in mud, like it's been racing at Bristol or something. So that, according to this, is the checkered flag. We don't have a green-white checkered, so that is it. Jake Forster wins at Chicagoland. I was expecting a green-white checkered. Nigel De Jong is second. Martin Kenyon grabs third place. Dufferty Wong gets fourth, and Burks gets fifth. Ian Cornish, who we thought would definitely be a winner in that one, finishes 8th. Aaron Maspero, reigning champion, spins it onto the grass, because why not? Mark Redford finishes in 7th place. Well, it was a very unexpected way to take it, but Jake Forster, awesome drive at the end there to make it through all of that traffic. And he takes round 4 of the championship at Chicagoland, and of course he's going to do the normal, slow it down and do some donuts. Or is he? No. Okay. Very subdued celebration there by Jake Forster, but there you go. He takes the win from Nigel de Jong, and Martin Kenyon rounds out the top 3. Then it's Josh Dufferty Wong ahead of Adrian Burks, John Jarrett and Mark Redford, with Ian Cornish and Aaron Maspero. Derek Whitford rounds out the top 10. Adam Illman finishes 11th ahead of Kenny Mitchell, with Simon Wareham, Jake Wilson and Stuart Pomfrey the last finisher. Stephen Netherwood was 3 laps down, Ricardo Alvelos 5 laps down, James Muckian 6 laps down, with Grant Woolcott also on the same lap. Michael Jones rounds out the race in 20th with Kevin Whitford, Craig Charles last running, Mark Day, Jordan Morgan, Darrell Whitford and Brandon Souls. Those 2 at the bottom did not start. Jordan Morgan was our first retiree from the race. But an absolutely awesome first broadcast this season for me. Lots of fun as ever. Plenty going on in these races. Always something to watch at every single point. It's Jake Forster that eventually takes the win at Chicagoland in round 4 of the championship. And it seems like the number 4 is definitely the one to have a look at. But someone else that's worth having a look at after that one, Mark Redford. Mark, you had a bit of everything going on in that one, didn't you, mate? I mean, you had amazing pace after you came out of the pits, but it just didn't pay off in the end, unfortunately.
Yeah, great race, wasn't it? I actually made a miscalculation with the number of laps left. I couldn't count. I thought there were 80 odd and there was like 50. So I didn't take tyres. So I was dropping back. And then obviously the yellow came out, which was handy. So I bunged some tyres on and thought I was going to win. But yeah, another yellow came out. And I don't know, respect to those guys that managed to save a set to the end, because that was a good call by them.
Yeah, indeed. I honestly don't have a clue how they did it either, to be fair, because sometimes when you see a race like this, especially on a circuit like this, I was saying before just how this, a track like this where it's a bit higher speed and, the banking isn't the steepest, but it's quite sturdy. You really need that front right tyre to be behaving itself, don't you?
Yeah, and it's quite hard to save it when you're behind another car. So I was trying to stay behind Ian, but I just knew that I was going to be using the front right more than he was, because he had obviously air on the nose and I didn't. So yeah, just tried to stay with him as close as I could.
Well, you certainly made a good job of it later on in the race, and of course, in the long run, you still finished ahead of him. But it's a shame it ended under caution. I was expecting a green-white checkered for a minute there, so it was a bit anticlimactic from my end. I apologise, but even still, it sort of guaranteed you a position at the end. But still, I imagine you wanted just a little bit more from that one.
Yeah, same for us as well. I was expecting a green-white checkered. I thought I had ticked to the box when I set it up, so that'll be down to me and being stupid and not setting the race up properly.
We've all been there, mate. I've been in a league admin for years. Don't you worry. It happens. That's the smallest of your worries when you're a league admin, isn't it? Really. But either way, another fantastic race. Great to be back again for this championship, and I thoroughly look forward to the next one. Are you more hopeful of a win there as well?
If I don't crash, I hope to be somewhere. But yeah, I think last time out I crashed at Darlington. So is it Darlington next time?
I think it's Richmond.
Oh, Richmond. Oh God, I hate Richmond.
It's a very, very difficult one to get right lap after lap. So
I think in the Vertex race I left in disgust because I'd self-spun 3 times. So I hope I don't do that again. Yeah, and thank you to all the guys that turned up for the race tonight. It was really nice to see some of you there, and the numbers and some of our old friends as well. So that was good. So yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was told it was quite an all-star event tonight. I mean, some of the names looking back on previous champions, there was a lot of them. So great to see, and of course great to speak to you again, Mark. And thank you for having me. I'm sure it'll be literally a blink of an eye before we're back at it at Richmond in a week. But any more thanks you want to give before we go?
Yeah, thanks to you, and thanks to John and Ian and Simon for the admin work, and thanks to everyone who raced. So yeah, that's it.
Cracking.
See you next week.
Yes, indeed, mate. Love it. Great to speak to you again, Mark. See you soon, buddy. Mark Redford there, league admin, and all-round top bloke. Very, very quick indeed. unfortunately didn't manage to get the win at the end there, but got very close. But Jake Forster takes the win at Chicagoland in round 4. As you heard there, we are back in a week's time here on Chaz Draycott Media for Richmond Raceway, where we have an hour-long race that will suffice there. That's going to definitely be a very, very big challenge. But that is unfortunately all we have time for this evening. Thank you, everybody that has been tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. My name is Chaz Draycott, of course, and I'll see you in a week at Richmond Raceway. Have yourselves a good night, everybody. See you soon.